If you watched my initial video on SNDL and you decided to buy, you could have nearly doubled your money. And a lot of people did actually DM me and say, Radies, thank you so much for showing me about the stock. I pretty much doubled my money and doubled my position. You're welcome, guys. Alright, let's talk about SNDL. Let's talk about what happened and what I think is going to happen with the stock. Guys, if you're new to this channel, my name is Radies. I cover a lot of things such as the stock market, real estate, investing, crypto, a bunch of amazing stuff. You can join my free Discord community down below. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. So SNDL, Sundial Growers, another marijuana play. And this is a play that I actually called out on February, I believe the 9th. Let me double check. Yeah, February 9th, okay? So let's quickly look at it. On February 9th, the stock was trading at around $1.50 up until it closed up at $1.69. Let's say $1.70. On February 11th, it actually peaked at $3.95. So obviously there was a huge amount of money to be made. Another thing I do want to say is after that, the stock and as well as a bunch of other cannabis and MJ stocks did actually see a bit of a dip. I can't speak English. They did see a bit of a dip. So Tilray saw a dip, Africa saw a dip, a bunch of buying opportunities. And even SNDL right now, it's sitting at $2.08. So even if you did buy at whenever I did make that call, you are still in profits. But again, everyone needs to understand, this is a stock that I am potentially looking to hold, long term for maybe years to come, as well as Africa and Tilray and other MJ stocks. Reason being, I talked about this in my last video, Joe Biden, the new president, is looking to, decriminalize and legalize everything going on with MJ. Also, when I say MJ, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, hash, pot, whatever you want to call it. I just can't say certain words because YouTube might demonetize my videos, and obviously I'm trying to get that paper. And no, I'm not talking about the paper you used to roll. Another thing is a lot of people are kind of confused about, hey, if these type of stocks are similar to the whole Wall Street bets hype with the short squeezes. The answer is absolutely not. These are completely different places. This is not a short squeeze. This is actually a company that is much more different. I believe in 2018 there was a huge hype train around MJ stocks. Again, we're not seeing the same thing right now, but what we are seeing is people starting to understand and kind of open their eyes towards these type of stocks. Here's something that's also very important that I didn't really cover in my last SNDL video. By the way, if you do want more information on SNDL that I probably missed in this video, make sure you check out my last video. It did pretty well. It got, I believe, like over 2,000 views. So thank you so much for the support on that. But one thing about Sundial is at the end of the year, at the end of September last year, the company had 21 million Canadian dollars in cash and cash equivalents. Now, SNDL is a company that is not profitable, okay? They are losing money and they lost more than $71 million in the third quarter. Now, obviously, that's a pretty big problem. A company that's not profitable isn't a company that you can really say is, I guess, safe or established. Now, Sundial did raise $48 million at the end of Q3 through a stock offering. So one thing to note is the company does have a decent amount of cash. So even if there is any bad weather coming up, the company can, I guess, not really sustain itself, but it can survive. It can stay alive. And also, as whatever is going on in the world with this pandemic and all these lockdowns, as things do start to, I guess, simmer down a bit, and it's looking like things are starting to, I guess, calm down with the rollout of vaccines, I feel like SNDL is another company that can potentially take a bit more advantage of, having dispensaries and having in-store, shops and places where people can actually, gather and actually do something related to the company, like buying the actual product from a physical store. Now, a lot of people are saying that this is just a stock that is not going to go anywhere and this is just, a waste of money. A lot of people say, oh, this is kind of like a penny stock. But in my opinion, I think that this is a stock that has a decent amount of long-term potential. Like I said, check out my last video where I kind of talk about certain points as to why, but I do generally think that this is a stock that could potentially hit, maybe like $5, $10 in the next coming months. We're going to have to see what happens, guys, because again, I can't predict it, but again, just basing off the company, basing off what's been going on in the market, I can see this eventually hitting $10. Now, as for next week, I do potentially see, again, a bit of a sell-off potentially, but remember, guys, buy the dips, and whenever there's a sell-off, it's just more buying opportunities. I personally like it when the market is in the red because it gives me more time and more opportunities to buy certain stocks. Now, if you're new to my channel, I would strongly recommend you check out all my other stock market videos. I have, talked about so many different stocks, so many different long-term plays, and like I said down below, free link to my Discord. Strongly recommend you join that as well. Great community, great time, and it's a great place for you to connect with me and ask me some questions. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, smash that like button, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'm on a mission to get to 5,000 subscribers, and always remember, stay seeking success.